ביאור משנה ה', explanation במשנה ה'. סיעור, what is סיעור? בצק שלא החמיץ כל צרכו. It's dough that started to rise, but not all the way. יישרף. You need to burn it. שצריכים לבערו לפני פסח. You need to burn it before Pesach. So in other words, it started to rise. You need to burn it before Pesach. והאוכלו, let's say you didn't burn it before Pesach. Let's explain what's happening over here. I think that this is what's happening. It starts to rise, right? It starts to rise, but not enough. Yeah. So you need...
זה לא בשר ולא חלב, מה?
The process of rising...
Chametz for sure, because it starts to rise.
We're going to see. I'm not quite sure if it's a good question.
צריכים לבערו לפני פסח. מה, אני לא יודע את זה? והאוכלו בפסח.
פטור מעונש כרת. So let's... Yeah, let's understand. I think what seor is, sometimes you have dough that doesn't rise. It's defective. Yeah, it's defective. It doesn't rise good. The dough itself, I don't know. The way the Gemara explains, I'm not sure it's the same thing, but I remember from the Gemara learning Pesachim, it gives an example. I'm not sure it's talking about this, that sometimes you take wheat which is less than third grown. And it says if you try to bake from wheat that is less than third grown, it's the flour that you're going to make out from it is not going to rise. I think that's what... Yeah, it's a problem. I think that's what the case is. But I'm not sure exactly what the case, yeah. יישרף, שצריכים לבערו לפני הפסח. So even though it's not chametz, because it didn't rise, but it started the process. והאוכלו בפסח פטור. But if you eat it on Pesach, it's true that you need to burn it. But if you ate it in Pesach, even on purpose, yeah? פטור מעונש כרת. You don't not obligated from kares, because it didn't have the energy to really become chametz. It's only half chametz. It started the process of chametz, but it was bad quality flour, so it never finished it. ואף ממלכות, even from lashes you're not obligated. לפי שהוא חמץ נוקשה שאינו ראוי לאכילה. Because this is considered to be, nobody's gonna eat it, it's not befitting food. כמו שלמדנו משנה א' בפרקנו. Let's look at the second one, סידוק. What סידוק? בצק שנעשים בו סדקים. It says, how do you know when the dough becomes, when the process of chametz starts? So it says, the only one who has a chance over here is Moshe. So it says, when you can start seeing cracks in the dough itself. In other words, you put it and it starts to see crack, you know the process has started. So it says, what happens if you leave the dough it started the chimutz. בצק שנעשו בו סדקים, like cracks, והם סימנים של חימוץ, and there are signs for becoming chametz, יישרף. You should burn it before Pesach, והאוכלו חייב כרת. And then if you eat it, then you're obligated כרת. שדינו כחמץ גמור. That this is considered to be real chametz. איזה הוא סיעור? When do you say סיעור started? So it says כקרני חגבים. It says it's small little cracks. קרני חגבים, it's like the grasshoppers. Yeah, it's a small little cracks, tiny cracks. שנעשו בו סדקים כקרני חגדקים, אחד לכאן ואחד לכאן. Just like the horns of the grasshoppers, very tiny cracks.
Did you see it?
I never looked. But Moshe knows not what you're talking about. Yeah. What's סידוק? ואיזה הוא סידוק? שנתערבו סדקיו זה בזה. Once it becomes really like real cracks, and they start to get intermingling with each other, the cracks started to cross each other, שהסדקים נתערבו זה בזה, according to דברי רבי יהודה. This is the word of רבי יהודה. הסובר שאם הסדקים הם קרני חגבים האוכלו פטור, only רבי יהודה says that the small cracks you're not obligated. וחכמים אומרים, but the sages says, even the small cracks you're obligated, you don't have to wait for the big cracks. זה וזה, בין שהסדקים וקרני חגבים, whether their cracks are small cracks, ובין שמתערבים בזה, whether they are already intermingling the cracks, האוכלו חייב כרת, if you eat it, you're obligated כרת. כדין חמץ גמור, it is completely חמץ. שאף סדקים כקרני חגבים בכלל סידוקם, because this is also considered to be חמץ. ומבואר הטעם בגמרא, the Gemara explains, שאין לך כל סדק וסדק מלמעלה שאין לו כמה סדקים מלמטה. It says because if you start seeing cracks on top of the dough, it means that there are many cracks on the bottom. So if you see some cracks, even tiny cracks on the top, that already means that there's big cracks in the bottom. ואיזו סיעור שהאוכל פוטרו? So it says, according to Chachamim, what is si'ur that the Mishnah says that you're not obligated?
The one that don't have the lines.
No, the Chachamim says even, so he says, but what is it? It's not regular dough, it has to look different. So it says, what is it? כל שהחשיפו פניו. This is again not for me and you, Arya, it's only for Moshe. החשיפו נהיה חיוור. When the dough becomes חיוור, light, it takes a different color. בצק שפניו החבירו. It is dough that becomes different color. כאדם שעמדו שערותיו. Just like a person that you frighten him, he becomes white, the dough starts changing the thing. So it says you should burn it, but the Chachamim says, but if you eat it, you don't get kares. מתוך פחד. והלכה כחכמים, and the law is like the sages.